My name is Lily, and I once was an orphan. I was born in China, and when I was 5, I was left on the streets of Hefei in front of a Buddhist temple. The life in an orphanage was just really rough. The beds were really small. There were no sheets. There was just a little thin padding that's about this thick, and I had to lay on that, and I can feel like the wood beneath it because it was just not comfortable. The showering or bathing wasn't very good. We just had a small, like a kid's swimming pool, and they just had water in there, and we would all line up and step in. They would just wash us, and then step out and the next person come in. And so the water, by the time I got there, it was just like brown and gross. I remember that I had responsibilities, so if I didn't follow them, I would get in trouble. So they had this meter stick that they would hit me with if I didn't do what they wanted. And it was just like, I felt like nobody cared for me. I was unworthy of anything or any love. Like, what was wrong with me that people didn't want me or want to adopt me? Like, what could I do to make them want to adopt me? Should I like be happier or smile more or be more quiet? I didn't know. That's just all I felt like. I wanted to be adopted. I wanted to leave the place. After being in an orphanage for 2 years, I was around 7, and one day one of the caretakers at the orphanage told me that I was finally going to be adopted by an American family. And I was so excited because that meant somebody wanted me. Somebody wanted to take care of me. Somebody wanted to take me out of this place. They took me to a room where there were a bunch of families who were going to adopt, but they took me specifically to my parents and my family. And there was my mom, my dad, and my sister. And I immediately loved my sister. She looked so different from me. She was blonde. I've never seen blonde hair in my life. And she was so happy to see me. My parents just loved me a lot, and I kept pushing them away because I was afraid. So I was like, eventually they're gonna get rid of me, so I'm just gonna keep pushing them away because I don't want to accept it, and then they're gonna be like, okay, we don't want you anymore. But they didn't. They kept pulling towards me. They were like, Lily, we're never gonna leave you. They reminded me that constantly, that Lily, we're not gonna leave you. They treated me like they did my sister, which was very different, because why would you treat me, who was adopted, like they would treat their own kid? Eventually, I just realized, okay, they're actually here to stay. They actually love me, no matter how awful I've treated them, no matter what weird thing I may have done, they love me. And it was just like a whole complete feeling that I've never, ever had. And it gave me a lot of joy. They were always mentioning how God's love, Jesus' love for us is greater than any love, even what they can give me. I'm like, wow, my parents give me this much love, but Jesus gives me more than how much they give me. That's cool. That's really cool. I asked my parents, I was like, Mom, Dad, can I accept Jesus into my heart? And they were so excited. And I remember personally how excited I was. As I was asking them, I had tears in my eyes because I understood what I was doing. I understood that I was fully giving my life to Jesus. When I started college, I was super excited for the first breakaway. My dad was also an Aggie, and he mentioned how it was the largest on-campus Bible study ever in the nation. Hearing that from my dad was one of the biggest reasons why I chose to come to A&M, because I wanted to experience breakaway. I wanted to see what it was like to have a huge community of Christians worshiping my God. I went to my first breakaway, and it was huge. It was so amazing. Pretty sure I cried. I just love seeing people worship Jesus. I volunteered for about 5 semesters now. This is my 5th semester. And I've loved Shalom projects every year. I think it's so great that I can help people, not just around me, but out in the world. So when TA mentioned that this year's Shalom project was about helping orphans get families across the world, I was immediately moved by it. Memories of my past started coming towards me, and I was just filled with tears that breakaway would be a part of something like that, to help orphans, because my parents meant so much to me, and to be able to help other families adopt kids and to affect them like my parents affect me was just it was really moving. That is why I seriously believe in Shalom project, this Shalom project, and I hope that we can help more than just 25 families adopt an orphan, because I remember that feeling being alone, and I don't want anybody to be like that. I want everybody to feel like they belong in a family. My name is Lily, and I once was an orphan, but now I am adopted.